Hey yo, it's time for erection. I'm at the point where them OGs stressing, the younger just second guessing. They all wanna know what's the cause of my perfection. Extraordinaire like immaculate conception.
So, tell us your name, who you are, where you're from. Tell us all about yourself.
Alright, first and foremost, this is T.Parris, the Young Marvin Gaye, this rap shit. Most original, most creative, most in tune with the times, and sort of like your inspiration, you heard? I'm representing MEN. That's that Middle East movement right there. We got the whole Harlem on lockdown. I was gonna say the East Side because that's where we originated from. But I got my PPG gang over on the West Side. So the two of those combined, you know, we got Harlem and smash like apple cider. And shout out to FOF, man. That's the production team right there. Y'all know what to do, man. I'm America's favorite. I'm here in New York. Whatever y'all want to talk about, let's talk about. I'm the inspiration of the people in the inner city, man.
So how does it feel to win the Lock and Key Showcase? How did that all come about?
How it came about, one morning I was surfing the space and I just saw the opportunity, you know, open showcase for artists. I find myself to be an artist. I'm not a rapper. Hopefully later we get a chance to discuss that. I'll let y'all know the difference of that. But I hollered at Mike Nice. I told him I was interested. We spoke a couple times, just telling me what the prizes would be and, you know, what I had to do in order to get into the showcase. And I just stayed focused, just came downtown, I did what I do, and thanks to the judges, you know what I'm saying, y'all saw what I've been trying to get America to see for the longest. I was the most talented artist in the building on that night, man. Shout out to Mike Nice, under Lock and Key Entertainment. Appreciate the opportunity.
So why don't you take this time to explain the differences?
Oh, the difference between the artists and the MCs and the rappers. The artists, it's just a complete package. You know, you make music, it don't necessarily have to be rap or hip hop or R&B. An artist just, you got free will to do whatever. That's like, you know, you paint and somebody look at it and they able to just see something that is real creative. It's like when we spoke earlier, you said, you know, you looking at people perform, you looking for who got that it, that quote unquote it factor. The MC. The MC is the master of ceremony, you know, you gotta be able to control the crowd at any given moment. You might be somewhere where you feel like this ain't really your group of people. But if you are a true MC, then you know how to engulf all of that, you know, it's called adversity, and you make the best of that situation. The rappers, wow. Y'all watering the game down right now. The rappers are the people who just basically try to take syllables and words and just make them rhyme. Cat, hat, mat, no creativity. You know, they biting. I take it back to the 80s with my jogging too. Y'all biting, stop biting. Y'all ain't got no J.U. Ice, you feel me? T.Parris, I'm fresh to death, baby.
So who are your influences?
My influence, first and foremost, the God Allah, Rakim, man. Rakim is the greatest that ever did it. You heard it here first, Rapdreamsradio with 11 and G. Nas, I think Nas played a very, very intricate part in making hip-hop monumental in New York at a time where it seemed like we was about to lose our lifeline. Shout out to the West Coast, Dre, Snoop, and all that, funk era. Big, Pac. I think Pac was real instrumental because I never really looked at Pac as a lyricist. I think Pac was an artist, you know. He wasn't really an MC to me either. He was an artist. He engulfed poetry and, you know, a form of expression, being a rebel, and put that all together. Y'all know he was an actor as well too, so he did a good job of controlling the stage. No matter what he did, you know, all eyes was on him at any given time. I like Jay. I think Jay did something real remarkable for the game. Put a lot of style in it. You know, he made people see that you could come from the inner city and be who you are if you learn how to articulate yourself in a certain way and use different expressions that people who might not be as, I want to say, street savvy, you know, that they can still, you know, grasp what it is you're trying to say. 50, I like what 50 did for the game. A lot of people getting money now. I'm not a lot of artists. A lot of artists are getting money now. You know, that's thanks to 50. He taught you how to go out there and get involved with the water deals and, you know, the clothing. I heard you got computer line or something like that coming out, video games. So it's not a lot of people. Shout out to Styles P. I like Styles. I think Styles is the hardest MC in the game right now. The Locks. I like the people that really, you know, paved the way. They put that groundwork in. You know, you can tell that they really grinded and put their all into what they do.
So what was the rapper or the song that made you, T.Parris, say, I want to do this, I want to be an MC, I want to rap?
I'm the king of rock, There is none higher. Sucker MCs should call me sire. I won't stop rocking till I retire. Run DMC. You know what I mean? That was back at a time when, wow, my life was crazy. My moms, my pops, they was out in the streets doing what they was doing. My grandmother was taking care of me and my twin brother. I don't know, that Run DMC just gave me a peace of mind, like to see a black person, black people on stage and they taking what at that moment to me seemed like rock and roll. Because when you look at the King of Rock, you know, they had the whole Beatles thing going on in there. They had the top hats and the blazers, the Adidas and Lee jeans and all that. It just seemed different from what some of the other rappers was doing at that time. They had their own sneakers and all that. That just opened my eyes and made me feel like if I learned to express myself in words, I could be just like that. I could be just like that, you know? Those was the first people I remember seeing like on TV and just felt like, I want to be like that. I was feeling Run, pause. I thought Run was God at that time. Other than Rakim, you know, we're not going to mention Rakim a lot. When I speak of hip-hop, Rakim is up there somewhere by itself, man. Peace to the gods. Peace to the gods.
You mentioned when you say your name, you said Marvin Gaye.
Yeah.
Were you does he play a big influence in the music or your creativity, or tell us about that?
Marvin. Yo, I think Marvin was like a blessing to music, period. You know, when you think about songs like Ecology, Mercy Me, Sexual Healing, to me those were songs that when you listen to them, you get a vivid picture. You know, you can see what's actually going on. And a lot of people tell me when I write that that's what I do. I paint pictures. And I had to think of somebody who was able to like engulf everything that we was going through at one time. And when you think about that song, Ecology, that was during the time of Civil War and all that, people was just like gravitating to that, you know? And I think when I make music, I get told people get goosebumps, you know, sometimes people cry. And it's not like my aim, that's not what I'm trying to do. But I guess that, you know, in some way, shape, or form, I'm connected like that. You know, they say you are what you eat. I grew up listening to some of those songs and things like that. My pops played that, my grandmas, my moms. That's the music that I grew up listening to, and it seemed like we so closely associated. We paint vivid pictures, and I think when we articulate ourselves, everybody can see what's really going on.
If you could work with any producer in the business, who would you pick, and
Premier.
why?
Premier. I think Premier is probably the most underrated producer to ever get involved with hip hop. Like, you think back to the Group Home, the Gangstar. I want to say that they made great music, but if you think about what hip hop is now, and people get money and selling, like, Premier laid down scores for people. Like, if you went to movies and stuff, like, his music could have been a soundtrack for the way that we was living. Some of the songs that he made for people, and I think that he never really got his just due because at that time hip hop wasn't really getting no money. So if you mention his name now, you know it's a lot of critical acclaim, but because of his work that he did. But if he was to get an amount of money for what he's done, I think the price tag would be something we've never seen before.
I agree with you. So where do you see T.Parris going in the next couple of years? You know?
Besides the throne?
5 years.
Besides the throne? I don't know, man. Hopefully I'll be on everybody's television. I'll be on the cover of every magazine on the newsstands. I'll be at